Welcome back to Bright Ideas, a video series in partnership with Acuity Brands and Industrial Sage. Today we discuss a topic on the minds of many industrial building owners, total cost of ownership, and how lighting can play an important role in the overall building savings. I'm joined by Justin Moon, Director of Industrial Products at Acuity Brands, and Joe Holcomb, Sales Director for Holophane. Joe, let's start with you. When looking at upgrading lighting for an industrial space, what should someone consider when they're thinking about their return on their investment?
Return on investment is obviously one factor, but customers should also be considering total cost of ownership. Many customers only look at the return on investment and how quick they'll get their money back. But when looking at the big picture, total cost of ownership, a system could have a slightly longer return on investment period. It'd be a total cost of ownership be much lower, tens of thousands of dollars in some cases.
So what do you think is the biggest factor that someone should consider when they're looking at total cost of ownership?
There are several differentiating factors, but a big one to consider is superior optics. Optics play such a big role in the quality of light that you achieve, the amount of light you achieve, and that all plays into operational effectiveness from a employee morale standpoint, a productivity standpoint, fewer defects, and not to mention what we do optically in a lot of cases is reduce fixture counts. For an example, we had one application in a trailer manufacturer that we were retrofitting an existing install base, and we were actually able to go back and reduce half the fixtures by going back with a checkerboard pattern.
That's impressive. And Justin, from a fixture design standpoint, what should we consider?
Number one for us on the design side is thermal performance. First-class thermal performance, especially in today's LED world, is pivotal to maintain those light levels over the long period that the fixture is going to be lighting the space. You need solutions designed to dissipate the heat, right? In other words, move the heat away from those critical components like the board, the LEDs, and the driver, so that the fixture can achieve and maintain optimal performance over the life of the fixture. That's going to help reduce the maintenance expense, and it's also going to help reduce the downtime expense. In addition, thermal performance aids in maintaining those light levels across the industrial facility. So in addition to the manufacturing areas, you have the other indoor areas, and that it extends out to outdoor as well, walkways, road, and parking lots. And then number two is hitting the other design requirements. When you have harsh industrial environments like a petrochemical facility, paper mill, steel mill, power generation plant, you need a product engineered to be durable with robust construction. So we at Holophane really focus on designing our products with corrosion-resistant finishes. You're going to have durable hardware, our legendary borosilicate glass optics, cutting-edge surge and power quality, and much more. And at the end of the day, considering all of these things is going to end up saving you a lot in the long run.
Right, so a really robust design, figuring for a long life of the fixture. How does that construction, Joe, impact the customer experience?
You know, and take food processing for an example. The environment that these fixtures are hung in and the process that they go through from a cleaning standpoint, high pressure hose down, a lot of times that's at high temperature. These fixtures have to be designed to let the material and debris roll off the fixtures, not to mention the chemicals that they're using in their cleaning processes. We have to make sure our fixtures are designed to not deteriorate and our paint withholds and stands up to that type of environment. These type of applications, we have to be diligent on how we design our fixtures to make sure that our fixtures are going to hold up and perform in these types of applications.
So these are some of the toughest environments that I personally could only imagine being in. Definitely not worth the risk of using a fixture that isn't rated for those spaces and isn't robustly designed. Are there any other thoughts we should think about, consider when we're revamping lighting in the industrial spaces?
Absolutely. You heard Joe talk about these harsh environments. So going with a manufacturer you can trust, it should be a red flag if the warranty of the product is longer than the company has been in business. So, you know, that's one to kind of look for, and will that company be there to stand behind their product? And if they're not, that could end up costing you a lot.
Right.
That's a big thing to consider. You know, Holophane has been in the industry for over 120 years. And now that we are part of Acuity Brands, backed by North America's largest lighting manufacturer, you know we'll be there with the financial stability to back our products.
Right. Joe, Justin, thank you so much for joining us today. Some really great advice on these industrial building opportunities. Thank you all for watching Bright Ideas on Industrial Sage.